motorcycle maniacs. I'm sure you can't hear me because of the wind. Let me put my face shield down so I can burn up, because it is hot in Texas today. But hey, I did want to talk to y'all about construction, and it's a pain in the ass. No, not really. Some things that, man, I'm really impressed with Indian on their marketing and stuff. I really think that they're doing some really smart things. It was last year, Travis Pastrana, 3 of Evil's jumps or something. Well, he did it on the Indian, and obviously very, very smart. I don't know how Indian got to, ooh, that guy almost hit that curb. How Indian got in on that with them using their bike. But very cool. And now I saw previews, I guess last week, where they're doing another one of those. It's not Travis Pastrana, so don't get me wrong, I can't remember who's actually doing stunts, if it's a combination of people. I just caught like a glimpse of it, but I did notice it looks like they're on the Indian again. So very cool, man. Those are, you know, you got to get the brand out there. You've got to let people know that first off it's back, and get it seen. You know what they say, publicity is the key. I think that Indian, aka Polaris, is doing a very good job on that. And just to add to that, I guess it was 3 or 4 days ago, what made me think of talking about this was the fact that I was at home and watching TV and a commercial came on, and maybe y'all have seen it and you might not even have noticed, but you can actually find it on YouTube. Progressive Insurance has a commercial out. Well, they got several different commercials, or at least 2 that I know of, kind of dealing with the same deal, but it's the Motar commercial with the half man, half motorcycle. Well, on the latest one, they actually show like 2 or 3 bikes, and then like a guy sitting on a bike, and I think a girl standing by a bike. Well, a lot of stuff you don't even notice, especially when it comes to commercials. But it caught my eye that in the first shot you see of this guy where he's talking and he's sitting on a bike, he's sitting on an Indian chieftain. And I was like, whoa, that is cool. And then they go to the final shot is kind of, I think, pulled back or whatever, and you can see basically him, but in the background it looks like a scout, and basically the frame starts right at the gas tank where it says Indian, so all you can see is the Indian logo. And I was like, I don't know anything about marketing and how Progressive says, hey, we're going to use Indian for this, or if Indian goes to them, or whatever the case may be. But very cool, because it's getting the brand out there even more. And I know there's going to be people that are going to leave me hateful comments and all that, because I know people love their Harleys. And disclaimer, I love Harley too, but I really feel like Indian is I think, to be honest with you, if you look at the numbers, I would almost bet Harley's probably a little concerned, because I think Indian is doing some really cool things, and I think that their numbers and their sales have got to be growing. I'm not saying they're beating Harley by any means right now, but I'm not saying that Harley's getting beat by Indian, or Indian's winning, or Harley's winning. I don't know the numbers. I'm just saying I'm seeing Indian, the brand, obviously in commercial placement, and the whole Travis Pastrana and the Evil deal, and the new one that's going to come on, I think, next month. I think it's cool. And I go to Indian, and I went to the events, and I've met a lot of people, even on the YouTube platform. A lot of people are commenting that hey, I really like the Indians, I'm really thinking about getting an Indian, or I've already bought an Indian and I absolutely love it. You know, so just what I've dealt with tells me that Indian is probably making a pretty big splash in the motorcycle market, especially the American motorcycle market. So I just wanted to, I mean, maybe nobody's noticed, maybe people have, but especially people who own Indians, I might try to put a link down for that commercial on YouTube so y'all can check it out. But if not, if you see it on TV, you'll know what I'm talking about. I still love Harleys. I'm not trying to get into a war with Harley people, because I've owned two and I love both of them. And if I had all the money in the world, I would own a Harley too. But Indian has stolen me away for right now. I go with price and with options and those kind of things, and comfort, and this bike was the whole package at a cheaper price. So and I just love the look of the bike. I think it's beautiful. I think Harleys are beautiful too. I mean, I was a Street Glide person. I always said if I got a bagger, it was going to be the Street Glide. But then they came out with this new design on the Chieftain, and I got hooked. And like I said, no buyer's remorse. I love it. Somebody had made a comment about, you know, competition and how competition's good. I think competition's going to be good for Harley and Indian. Harley's really had no competition in the American market. I'm just glad to see that they're doing something with Indian, and they're really trying to be a force. And I think it's working. And we'll see. And like I said, hopefully that's going to push Harley into new things. And then along with that, that'll push Indian into things. And I think we'll actually get a couple of American-made motorcycles that we can be proud of, and the customer will basically benefit in the long run from the competition, whether it's through price, you know, with them having to say, hey, we gotta, you know, Harley has to say, hey, we gotta lower our price to at least be along the same lines as Indian, even though it's not a whole lot cheaper. It's still like $1,500, $2,000, I think, is what was the difference. You know, that's money, and plus, you know, the options you got with this bike versus what I would have got with the Street Glide. Like somebody made a comment the other day about, well, yeah, you can get the keyless locking bags with Harley. You just have to buy the CVO. Well, yeah. CVOs are what? I don't know, $40,000 or something. I've never priced one because they're crazy money. And this bike was expensive, but you know, it was still cheaper than the comparable Harley, which is the Street Glide Special. And I got, you know, stuff that you have to go to Harley and get a CVO for. So, like I said, not hating on Harley, still love them, but I'm hoping that the competition is going, and like I said, I think we have room in America for two American motorcycle companies. So anyway, that's my take on it. And like I said, I know absolutely nothing. I'm just going by, you know, my opinion and what I see. And I'm also digging these Karaoke Longhorn offset pegs. Get my feet stretched out a little bit for y'all, since I just did the review on these and I didn't really give y'all any riding video. Trying to lean my head down without crashing, and see if y'all can get a visual of that. But I do love these pegs. They are awesome. Really get your feet out and stretched out legs, and I really like the look of them. And man, they feel like they should be a part in the Terminator or something. They're like, the build quality, it feels awesome. So if y'all are checking out pegs for your crash bars, I would definitely give these a look. Check out the reviews you find on YouTube and all the different mounting options and everything, and I think y'all will be pleased with them. Alright y'all, if y'all got a bike, get out and ride. Just ride safe. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care and bye.